For Fnatic, like if you can find dirty skirmishes, especially towards this top side in the early stages, I think you've got a good ability.
Razork right now, so he will not waste time. Razork is looping around. That's an early heal from Lebrov as he's separated from Hansama. He could look for the flank, but in comes Razork. Flashes forward, dreaded return goes wide. Lebrov dodging that one. No gank success from Razork as he just gets chunked on the way out as well. Hansama walking up, he's got the, there's no way, surely! Flashes for the volley, the counter invade. But it's basically going to be vertical jungling. Both junglers will walk away with the same amount of camps picked up, so Laspa has to flash in first blood to Lebrov. G2 just win the 2v2. This is a hen, as they both have about the same items purchased, but Imperius has to flash away from Broken Blades and Topo Strike. And not winning the counter pick solo matchup so far. Now Caps goes in for the shuffle onto Vladdy, flashes the shockwave, and Skewmon gets the kill.
Nice setup from
right now, and they have Broken Blade waiting behind Lebrov. Ash Arrow comes down, will land on to Laspa, the Encore as well. It's going to set Broken Blade up to go all out right now over the wall. Broken Blade kills Laspa before they even reach the ground. Flashing on to Upset, he's in damage form, and Lebrov is still moving forward. But now Razork has the Grim Deliverance. Big damage here onto Broken Blade. Dreaded return used. Vladdy with the Shockwave.
More plays in the mid wave.
Yeah, Upset's getting some damage on the Hansama right here. Still has the Valkyrie and the Cleanse, but now Vladdy in a one going against Caps flashes over the Emperor's Divide. Hard one to land there as Razork's now walking forward here onto Skewmon. Has another ultimate available, and they're just trying to lock down Lebrov. Encore goes out, but Razork...
Zinzao wins those, I'm just saying.
I imagine the level 11 Zinzao is going to make this Nami's life a little difficult. Flash is available, also has the heal, but he's not going to use them. Gives a kill to Skewmon. G2 get the turret, and they'll even take the Krugs.
Yeah, smart call. Are kind of dealing with waves as G2 start up this Baron. It's a slow take with two members.
Ready to return, but now the chain CC lands and Razork's just out. Walking forward, he feels confident. He's got the shields of Orianna behind him, but he gets chunked out as well. Teleport in, but the Baron secured, and now that TP could be a one-way journey immediately into the waiting arms of Broken Blade. And Pierce will ward hop over the wall. Caps now stays onto Vladdy with the rocket belt forward to try.
The rest of the team aren't there to follow. It's what we were talking about with the Vi. It feels like this team hasn't really all got onto the same page yet. And G2, I mean, they've read the entire book.
They're sieging 3 waves right now. I mean, Caps is solo top lane. The Grim Deliverance forward, and that's just Razork going straight to his grave. And Pierce with the counter-strike on to follow up, but G2 putting the final touches on this one. They've taken 1, they're taking 2. A double kill to Hansama as Caps flashing for the shuffle.
Rocket Belt, baby!
Out of there. Broken Blade gets the kill. Yeah, you do it for the style. It's the Rocket Belt style play right there for
It is a
Azir.
phenomenal buckler on that thing. It looks great.
Yeah, he's really trying to show that every Azir and solo queue go by this right now. And trying to ruin the ladder as G2 make quick work of Fnatic in this game #1. They didn't even need 25 minutes. They just needed to burst down these dragons, and they will take game 1 versus Fnatic. Razork, ranged, you know, like Victor. Aurora, a little different, but still kind of spotted here. Skewmon walks into the Tri-Brush and is seen as well. Hansama took a chunk, Lebrov took a chunk. So currently Fnatic have a little more health bar. Flash forward from Razork straight onto Hansama, who uses the barrier magical journeys to safety, as well as using his flash. So Fnatic actually push out G2's bot.
We'll have to see as this game goes on. But Razork sitting on the bottom side, looking forward.
Yeah, and now the heal used aggressively, polymorph, but still the magical journey. But in comes Razork with the Grand Starfall for first blood. First of all, back, and he's still Caitlyn. He's still able to just push waves, be that long-range threat as Pierce goes for the unstoppable onslaught. Grand Starfall from Razork. He will flash to guarantee the kill. Razork with his not taking the bait currently. He's back on the wave, and now Skewmon can look for the Ixtal's impact through the wall. He's going to come around from the back, and Pyros flashes early just to make sure he does not.
You've got Razork in a great spot. You don't. Oh, hang on.
Tempered Fate here. Maybe they don't need a gank. Maybe the bot lane just needs to set up themselves. The Tempered Fate into the immediate trap, but behind comes Laspa. G2 did not realize backup was there. Upset gets the kill onto Hansama. Lebrov will get the play. Now we have a new play. Skewmon's in the mid lane here. Ixtal's impact over the wall and polymorph. That's not a Skarner Scorpion. That's a little.
That was so anticlimactic. Maybe not though.
Starfall coming in here, jumps straight onto Skewmon, who has the Impale available. This is scary to go too far forward. Pulling back, Razork under the turret, stunned up on the wall. But in comes Vladdy, Tempered Fate onto 2, but Fnatic already got their man shut down. down 1-for-1 as the turret will equalize the play.
Still, though, you're going to get the pressure here on towards the extra cams caps on the side.
He has Spirit Rush. He has Flash. Oh, but yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
Flash forward for Vladdy, not enough damage.
That team 2 carries. Oh, hang on.
Back to live here as Vladdy yet again making magic happen. This time he gets the kill.
The name, as Skewmon is workshopping to play in topside, because
Yeah.
Vladdy, he's under terror, which means he's overextended.
Waves coming in, they drop the Herald as well, so Skewmon and Broken Blade are looking for the dive. Vladdy's trying to clear out the wave, and he does so successfully, but now the Herald's tanking things up. He goes between worlds, bounces right on back, dodges the knock from the Herald, and he goes between worlds again! Buys time for Razork! Skewmon's Impale just completely misses, and Lasma's here to back up his mid laner and jungler. Skewmon will fall. Razork with the...
And G2, they're late to the party.
And now Upset's just going to walk up on Lebrov here, get sunned into the wall. Hansama's walking up, but cannot get the trap down in time. Temper Fate will land onto 2, but again, nobody from G2 close enough to punish. Third.
That tier 1 of the top side will upset.
Temper Fate will land onto Upset this time around. He has the cleanse, and he will use it immediately. Takes a big chunk, but in comes Razork. Lebrov uses the journey away again as Vladdy will look to continue the chase. Lebrov taken out as the stun lands onto Vladdy. He goes between worlds again. Now onto Broken Blade. Impero's trying to give space for his mid laner as Razork ults in, Caps jumping forward, misses the charm, and now just gets chunks down. That's the Spirit Rush Black, but in goes Broken Blade onto Vladdy. Upset now on the flank. The Yarnara is looking for the damage. Skewmon cannot hit anybody with the Impale as Fnatic are answering the play. Upset still alive. He's got Lasma behind him, and Fnatic are winning the fight on a G2. Caps doesn't even find the charm. A double kill to Upset. Into the river. Pierce is going to have to body check here. He's the only one that can do it. Caps has a flank right now. Watch for the Ahri. Now the Temper Fate will land in onto Vladdy. Razork's going to try and body block the charm. Dodged by the Rocket Belt. As now Lebrov chunks down heavily here between worlds. Excels him back into the wall, but Skewmon's health bar will not last for long. Broken Blade finds an angle into the backline, but Razork's still healthy. Upset chunks down as Lost was trying to keep up with his AD carry. Upset is unleashed. Upset is free fire, but Skewmon with a flash stun lands the Impale this time around, but Broken Blade doesn't have the damage, and Upset stands. Fnatic finds 3 at the Dragon.
There's just no threat onto Upset. He is solo in the back line and is solo demolishing G2. They tried to turn it around, but there's just not enough in the tank.
Fnatic, where would magic happen? Fnatic are making G2 look about the same as G2 just made Fnatic look in game 1. We're about like outer mid turret, but they don't have the wave for it. And now the Scion ult is coming in. Magical Journey from the Lebrov again. Caps has the Spirit Rush available. It's only Impero so far. Now Razork joining up, stun in onto Skewmon. Takes the Excel's impact, and it's interrupted in the wall. And that will mean a gray screen for G2's jungler.
I think the rest of G2 have to try and get out of this top side. They are just going to look for the reset. No way. Oh, Terror's down. The Baron doing the work. There goes one. G2, what have he got?
Lebrov's back up. Broken Blade in 10 seconds. It's only the cannon minions. They will have to hit this turret down. One more shot, and there it is. No Nexus turrets left for Fnatic, but they weren't able to end the game. They have lower health bars than G2, who now have 5.
5 seconds on the ultimate from Upset. I think that's what Fnatic are playing for, hoping that they can carry it through that spell.
Good catch right there. Also wait for Imperos' ult. He's going to go back in for the engage. Finds it onto Skewmon. Hansama's trying to get his damage down, but Vladdy looks for the flank. Temper Fate onto 2 as G2 are trying to defend. Hansama's getting damage onto Upset, but there's the ulti. There's the wild growth. There's Upset with a double kill. Fnatic find their snipe onto G2's carries. Fnatic find a way to get back into this series. They're going to dive the fountain, but they're not going to dive the game. Fnatic will find a way to even it out. We're going to game 3.
What really comes down to these early skirmishes?
Also, I love Maokai into any flanking top laner. So Kennen
was the last time in spring, now in 2026. Hoping to do the same.
Dive right now. Vault Breaker from Fog of War. Broken Blade ignited down, and one more tick can get him. First blood to Imperial.
Close the gap. That slow just devastates the entire matchup. And an early start.
Caps drops down the Arcane Storm and flashes straight into Razork. Lasma's here as well to claim the kill. And Fnatic find a play in the mid lane.
It's taken.
He's able to secure 1 for the team. And now with Vault Breaker charge, Skewmon will actually back away, but then he smites. It's It's Razork actually that gets the smite, so Skewmond is going to have to back off as Lospa's in the back. Ultimate doesn't use the flash, and now the flash from Razork right to the mid lane. On to Caps again. The seismic shove this time will land, but Skewmond. Heroes winning out on that one, has the Gunblade completed. So flashing forward, flash response from Broken Blade. Imperial's not quite able to land the last tick of damage, as the Ignite will
That early lead, controlling the top half, 1.2k gold lead.
Dragon spawned right now as Skewmond does not have the ultimate available here. Vladdy with the flick back on to Maokai. Big health bar. He's trying to stay up and healthy with the passive autos. LeBron now goes into the quickness. Charm up onto Vladdy. Caps is getting as much damage as he can down as Hansama rejoins. Now Upset tags in, and Fnatic get the first kill. Hansama. Game 3, they're getting their first dragon, stopping the stacking of G2. They're up 5-1 in kills, 2.2k gold. Skewmond will go for another invade, but now he's caught out of position here as Vladdy comes in for a kill. They get one bot side onto LeBron. Fnatic find 2 more on the map.
G2 are crumbling, and Fnatic are happy to keep up this pressure. It's exactly what we saw in the last game. Fnatic get off to an early lead, and it's play after play everywhere on the map.
G2 are kings, but all reigns must end as Lospa continues to play on a Broken Blade up on the top side. He used the slice. Can he get over with the dice? No, he can't. The slicing Maelstrom locking him down, and Fnatic are just not giving G2 room to breathe. Another kill to him. Razork's doing laps right now.
Yeah.
There's the finish line. Now finds Skewmond, goes in for the engage. Lospa flashing over the wall, finds the combo. Headbutt, pulverize, stun, chain CC. Skewmond just can't get out of there. Now comes the damage. Upset with the autos and upset with the kill. 2-0-2 for the Xayah. Fnatic find another pick.
And Sam on his own in bot lane, but top side as well.
Imperios throws up the slicing Maelstrom. Cats is coming in, but Imperios might just be able to kill Broken Blade on his own. The Ignite's taking him down, and Imperios doesn't have the damage. Caps will look for more as a dive on the bottom side here. LeBron trying to keep Hansama safe, but it's Lospa taking up all the turret shots, and a TP coming in now as G2 didn't go for the kill. He just thought that it would be enough, as now Vladdy teleports up top side. Broken Blade. He went for the proxy wave, and now he's going to get punished for it. Another kill. Vladdy on A, but we'll have to get back to that because the dive onto Imperios on the bot side. We have the ultimate coming out from Skewmond, and Imperios will just try and get back, clear out the wave, and it's going to be a matter of who gets the kill credit. Does not have the slicing Maelstrom. Stunned up by Caps. Give the gold to the victor. G2 will find a kill.
That's Skewmond getting an assist on the back end of that as well. But still, it's G2 who kind of get to catch up on the gold.
Broken Blade was not spotted walking in. He pops the Dominus early and will look to go on to Imperios. Slicing Maelstrom's used teleport in from Vladdy. It's off cooldown now. Slice and dice from Broken Blade. He's trying to get the safety, and in comes the Talia. Seismic Shove not going to be in range, but the Weaver's Wall will block off the escape path of Broken Blade. He's stunned up, looks to go back into onto Imperios, and Broken Blade's going to regret going for that 1v1.
Off the map in case Fnatic overextend on the play, but I think they're just happy to chip away at people.
Lebrob's even going to witness as the red buff is started up here, but now Razork just goes in onto Lebrob as well. Flash charm straight in onto the carries as Broken Blade gets into their G2 are finding some magic as Hansama gets the first kill. Upset on the killing spree will answer it back, but a flash from Caps right after the stasis. Broken Blade, CC'd, stunned up, Hansama down, Fnatic with the replay, double kill.
To sneak this dragon if they're quick enough, but maybe not quick enough.
Teleport coming in here from Imperios. He still has a slicing Maelstrom. Caps will spot him out, but an immediate slicing Maelstrom. Imperios just says, okay, I'll take the victor down. Goes into the stasis again, throws out the Arcane Storm. Imperios trying to get away, and he does survive, but G2 are out of the pit now. Rob goes in, and that is a steal for Hansama. Let an upset do this while the rest of the team's around the Baron, because worst case scenario is G2 tries to go for the Baron while you get the Dragon. It's not even the Soul, so they'll pick it up, and he does get the big item spike, but they did not spot the Baron in time. Fnatic are able to sneak it away, and G2 were not able to because they didn't have the tools yet.
But you've still got like only, TP in behind Broken Blade.
It's a TP coming in plus a Weaver's Wall. Broken Blade is the target right now. He has the flash available. He has the dominance. He's going to turn it back around onto Vladdy. Dodges the seismic shove, but he's going the wrong way. He's channeling the TP, but there's Razork to stop it. Upset on a rampage. And the line for now.
It's fake pressure from Fnatic. They know, or G2 know that Razork is never going to pull the trigger under there. He's jumping into LeBron, jumping into Hansama, and
he's jumping in right now, but Imperios flashes over. There's the exhaust on it, but it does not matter. LeBron goes down. Razork dives out of Hansama. He's got to flash away, and Upset with the kill means it's a 3-man defense for G2. Fnatic are about to make it happen. They're under the Nexus turrets of G2. They're diving out of Broken Blade. They take down the Crocodile. It's up to the carries. It's up to Hansama and Caps. Kings fall, dynasties crumble, and Fnatic are the spearhead of the revolution of spring. They'll be the first team to make G2 fall.